Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, business owners, marketing executives, and entrepreneurs. We know that you are watching us. We know that you love our stuff because we see the views coming in. Need you to send us a little bit of appreciation. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't like. I don't have a problem, okay? Because that's how we learn. That's how we deliver better content.
Yes. So we are Business Development TVtt. I got it right.
Hillary has her own business, and so do I. And the two of us decided to team up. And in order to be fair to each other, we formed a group called Business Development TVtt, and it's held on Facebook. So if you want to know all our wonderful stuff that we've shared in the past 6 to 8 months, I've forgotten how long we've been doing this consistently. Certainly join the group, answer the questions. If you don't answer the questions, I don't know who you are. I don't know what you're there for. So I'm not going to let you in. Simple as that. Anyway, we are on a stretch to Christmas 2020. If you're in business for sales. Yes. And Christmas 2020 is going to be a tough one. So we are saying, let's get ready together. Badass Christmas sales. All right. Yeah, we bring some of the lingo, the entrepreneur lingo into company marketing, but that's what it is. And why do we do that? Because we are selling to people. And because you, the business owner, you, the marketing team, manager, director, executive, you see all the ads all over the place and they're saying, this is what you need, that's what you need, this is what you need for Christmas sales. And yes, technology is going to get you there. Technology is going to get you doing the things that you're already doing in your business to get you there faster and to handle the hundreds and the thousands of leads that are coming in that you just, well, two hands and a phone can't handle all at the same time. So therefore you need to automate. And that's when you automate, when your process is in place and you're getting hundreds and thousands coming into your pipeline. So technology comes after you get your strategy. And so therefore the strategy we're talking about is the e-commerce strategy. The e-commerce strategy is where we need to be for badass Christmas 2020 sales. If you're not online, well, just kiss Christmas away. But that's not what we want for you. We want you to do better. We want you to be able to be here in 2021. We want you to be here and happy in February, March, June 2021 because you survived 2021. Sorry, you survived Christmas 2020 because you got online. Mm-hmm. So some people have done their or achieved their online presence by joining e-commerce marketplaces, and that's all well and done. They bought Shopify, they've added WooCommerce as a widget onto their website, or they've done a Magento full-blown e-commerce website. All of that is great, but you're not going to get the badass Christmas sales if you don't have a strategy. So that's what we're going to be talking about next week at our webinar with international speaker and business coach Penny Kelly. And we will be discussing and sharing with you how to uncover the money that's already in your pipeline. Because that's where people think, oh my gosh, it's not working. Because they're not paying attention to the data that your website is giving you, not paying attention to where the kinks are in your sales process to get people to go from stranger to buyer and repeat.
Yes.
Because
and the importance
repeat is where you make it in the repeat. All right. So we will be sharing that link to register for the that webinar at a later time. Anyway, the next thing, okay, so today we are going to stop. Today we are going to consider gratitude. We are going to stop for a few seconds and reconsider how we have been reaching out, how we have been presenting our brand from the point of view of gratitude. Why gratitude? Why is gratitude important if I have a company and I'm doing sales and my customers are here and Christmas, they're going to come anyway and buy from me?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Because there are lots of new businesses that are coming online that are marketing better than you. Mm-hmm. And your customer is just going to go, wing, and they're gone. All right.
So if you've been in business for a while, you need to start focusing a little more on your gratitude, is what you're saying.
Yes. And why does a company with 50 years of history need gratitude? Why does a business of 5 years need gratitude?
Well, loyalty, I don't think there's any loyalty anymore to necessarily just because you've been in business for 50 years. It doesn't tell me as the customer why I still need to buy from you. Okay, you've been here for 50 years, but do you know what's happening today? Do you know what the customer, I'm going through today? Or do you even care? Or do you just care that you've been around for the last 50 years and you want to be around for the next 50 years?
Yes, and you've been doing it this way, so therefore you're going to continue doing it this way. Big news I'd like to point out is that social media actually has changed marketing. Mm-hmm. And marketing and advertising are two different things. And that's a story for another day. Today, we're discussing gratitude. And why do we need gratitude? We need gratitude because gratitude is the main part of what we call personifying your brand. Mm-hmm. When you show gratitude, you're going to personify your brand. And why do you need to personify your brand? Because people buy from people. People are loyal to people. All right. If you show me appreciation, I'm going to come back and give you appreciation by buying from you. That's how it works. Everybody knows the reciprocity. Everybody knows the scarcity. Everybody knows the influence stories and how to do it. But, simple personifying your brand is a big
thing.
Mm-hmm. Strategy success in marketing.
Now, the question that comes to mind, because as entrepreneurs, you hear about solo entrepreneurs and you hear about gratitude for the individual entrepreneur. You must be in a state of gratitude, and it attracts you hear about what attracts, right? Success. But how does a business brand, a corporate brand, what can they really do
to demonstrate
gratitude?
All right. I've broken that up into 3 things. First of all, you need to do a brainstorm. To listen to your employees, and your employees need to do a brainstorm to listen to the customer. And that's the easiest way to get to who your best buying customer is, who your ideal buyer is. All right. Mm-hmm. Okay. And so therefore, once you get that, then you start speaking gratitude according to that person that you have come up with.
Okay.
And we call that the persona, the avatar, or your expert of who you are. All right.
Yeah.
Now, we've broken up gratitude into saying thank you, showing how you care, as well as showing your vulnerability. Because as old as you are and have been making mistakes. You constantly make mistakes. We're human beings. And a business is just a multiplication of a group of individuals. So that's what a business is. All right? Anyway, how can you show gratitude? By bigging up your staff, big up your customers, and share your history. You want to share the history of where you've been. You want to share your history and remind your today customer of their granny that bought from them way back, and how your granny loved you, and how their granny loved you or grandpa, and how you were able to take care of them, and that you promised to take care of you, the grandchild, how many ever years later.
Yes, from now, right?
Yeah. So your posts, your social posts should show gratitude. All right. Another way of showing personifying your brand, is by showing that you care. And Hillary spoke earlier. We were discussing our topic today, and Hillary was talking about how Domino's is going into, what did you call it?
Well, every Tuesday, so it's a double Tuesdays, right?
Okay.
And sometimes
so for the same price you get double pizza.
Yeah, same price, you get 2 pizzas. So I think it's buy one get one half off or whatever. But very simple. Is it Payless? They do a BOGO, right?
Yeah, they BOGO all the time.
All the time, yeah. It's like BOGO all the time. But when we think of or Massy rewards, right? Or even PriceSmart, because like the other day I got a call from PriceSmart.
Nice.
To remind me to redeem my rewards, right? I got an email from Massy about my rewards, so that and they're telling you the ways that you can utilize them, right? You could put them towards your groceries, put them towards your membership card or whatever. So that's
kind of like a how-to guide, how to use them better.
Yeah,
so that's important.
Because having a rewards card isn't necessarily, to me, telling me that, okay, here's your rewards card, doesn't, as a customer, really give me any sense that you care about me. But what makes you care about me is sending me those reminders, getting on the phone and calling me to tell me, here's what you can do with your rewards. Right?
Yeah.
It takes it a little step further.
Yes. And I was very happy when Massy actually, thank you, Massy, gave, because you could only use the points with buying, what do you call it? I bought a dustbin, or redeem your rewards by buying something from their home store. So I bought a bin, a dustbin. I bought what is called it, a frying pan. But I was most happy when they actually told me I could use it towards my groceries, because I really didn't want to buy the pans and the stuff anymore, because I was not in that mode anymore.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
yes, the pattern, yes, because a lot of the and that is where you're listening. So that first part that you were talking about, where you do that
brainstorm with your customers,
employees,
brainstorm with your customers,
so that you get this sense of, okay, what do people really want and what do people really need, and then that way it does come across to the customer as, yes, you're actually taking the time to figure out what I need. And now that demonstrates the care. All right. That demonstrates the care. And it's like, I do hear the thank you, because that is a sense, thank you for shopping with us. All right.
Correct. Yes. And how else can you show care? You can show care also by giving away stuff. Excuse me, I saw it on Seth Godin once, where he said, where this banker, well, in the States, there are a lot of individual banks, came to him and asked him, how can she grow her base, her customer base? And he said, put $100 in the $20 stack and do it randomly. Now take that and apply it to your business, to what it is that you do. And he says, unfortunately, the person didn't want to take the risk of doing that. And to me, and the point he was trying to drive is that you need to find in your business ways to reward your customers. And if you need ideas, give us a call. I'll help you. you need to find ways to reward your customers randomly.
Yeah.
And that puts fun into buying from you. And that puts care and that puts personification into your brand.
Exactly.
You know,
One of the things that I
thing.
saw, and it's not local, but because we have McDonald's locally? I don't know. But
yes.
I don't buy, I don't shop at McDonald's.
Frosty, not Frosty, sorry.
Royal Castle.
What do they call it?
Slurpees or whatever. Royal Castle anyway.
Yeah.
But as you said, make it fun, right? Incentive, like we hear a lot, like I hear the incentive marketing, but like games. So a lot of these the fast food companies, especially for kids, they have games, right? So they incentivize the parents to buy the kids meal versus
yes,
whatever.
McDonald's, I believe. Was it McDonald's? I think it was McDonald's was the one who came out with the kids pack and had the toys, and that went for years and years and years.
And now they're playing games. Monopoly.
Yeah.
They played Monopoly. I don't know if it's still going on, but I wouldn't know. But that's incentive and making it fun for your customers to come and consume whatever it is that you're selling.
Correct. Yeah. And yes, of course, you're going to put advertising behind the stories of you having fun and showing care. All right,
definitely.
And as Hillary pointed out earlier, the how to use my product better, how to be more efficient with my product or my service. Okay,
yes,
that's showing care. Now, the biggest part, the biggest mistake that businesses, big brands are making today is that they're not showing their vulnerability in business. And that's where the apology comes in. Because when you make a mistake, all you need to do is say sorry. And well, I'm not going to go into last week's story that was flying all over social media because that's too hot a topic that I don't want to touch on. But I'm talking about simple mistakes. Like, for instance, in your e-commerce, you are going to make the mistake every so often of sending the wrong product, sending the wrong size, sending maybe the product would arrive thawed out instead of frozen.
Exactly.
Okay, so you need to figure out what's the repetition of this mistake and simply apologize and make up for it. And it's not going to happen to everybody, but you need to own the mistake and just say sorry. All right?
Mistakes happen, right?
The
thing shows you as a human being.
Yeah. And the culture that we have in Trinidad and Tobago businesses is then, with regards to our employees, is that we dig holes and bury them. When an employee makes a mistake, be it major or not, and they don't want it to kill the brand, what we do is we bury the employee. Fire, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say,
we're human. Humans make mistakes. You can't, yes, you're a brand, yes, you're whatever, but we make mistakes. So just,
own the mistake, apologize genuinely, because that's what we do as human beings, right? Well, at least we should as human beings. We should, right? You make a mistake, you apologize, and you rectify. All right?
You rectify and you make up for it.
Exactly.
All right.
So that is, and in business, that's what you're going to have to do as well. And in social media, all right, you and I, we both have a very good friend out in Florida who, well, in Georgia now, who she went through that with a very big car brand, big car brand. And it went all the way to the top, right? The issue was with the dealer, right? The issue was with the dealer in Florida, but it went all the way up to the top wherever headquarters.
Wow. Okay, so it went
because of social media. All right.
Okay.
But what did they do? They
They,
owned the problem, they owned the mistake, they apologized, and they rectified the problem 200 times over.
nice.
The amount of freebies and everything. So now, in that customer's mind, okay, this company is going to go above and beyond to take care of me because they recognize their problem, they recognize where they went wrong, they apologized, and they took care of me. Right? There's
And
one
they put it into dollars and cents as well.
and they put it into dollars and cents, right? Because that's how business is. That's how we put it into dollars and cents. For human beings, how we put it, how we rectify is by fixing whatever is the problem or whatever, right?
And pretty it up and give it up a new paint job.
Exactly. But for businesses, you've got to put some money behind your problems, behind your issues, right? So when it comes to caring for your customers, right? Don't think that, okay, you're on a pedestal and you got to be perfect, okay?
Yeah.
You're not. As a business owner, you are not as a brand, and your brand is not going to be perfect. Your brand is going to sling through the mud some days they're not, right? You've got to come out, hose yourself down.
And that's in a sense where HR comes in terms of listening to your employees, and therefore you minimize your the probability of somebody making a major social media mistake by going into HR and doing the talks and having the brainstorm stories, and it's not say this is our brand and this is how you speak, and that's not gonna work. Not today. All right. We have freedom, we have flexibility, everybody's an individual, and so therefore you need to take care and listen to your employees. Employees are actually, if you're looking for sales and you do a service and you have 50 employees, definitely brainstorming with your employees is going to be a massive, massive necessity in today's world.
Definitely.
And so therefore, I've just sold HR people, HR companies, new business, right? Reach out to the HR people. I do have a few friends that are in that in that category. So you could reach out to me and ask me, who should you go to? Anyway, another big mistake in the vulnerability story is micromanaging the staff. When you micromanage your staff, you're actually stifling creativity. You are stifling the initiative that your employee is going to take, and therefore your brand eventually is going to shine bigger and brighter. All right. And also, we have a major problem in terms of how am I'm going to put all this investment into my staff, and then next year they're going to leave.
So what?
Yeah, because when you actually do it genuinely, the majority of people are going to stay with you because they see that you care about them and not your bottom dollar. That is the problem. You need to make sure that you truly, honestly, genuinely care about your staff, and therefore you're giving them flexibility. And one way to manage the social media, what we call it, the brand management, the reputation, brand management, reputation, is by also coaching your staff and how to use social media, not necessarily giving them parameters like teeny tiny tunnels of a just call it. Who uses that? Not the rabbit. Is it the rabbit or the mice races? When you put the mice in the little track, you have to go through the track. The family to mice. The
hamsters.
The one that like the one that like hamsters. Right, there you go. And make it into a horse race instead, where you allow the employee to find their way to the top. Because if you believe in your employee, they are going to shine and they are going to go to the top. Are they going to leave you eventually? Sure. It's not a problem, because then you are building your brand as an excellent brand that takes care of employees, and therefore your employees is going to take care of your customers, and that's what you want. You want to move into the e-commerce space. You are absolutely scared of social media and what to put out there, because people are going to put horrible stuff about you, etc., etc. That's the solution. So yes, we want you to get excellent e-commerce sales. Yes, the solution is in the technology. That's what Hillary and I do. We set up your Shopify account or your WooCommerce account or your Magento e-commerce website, or even your e-commerce marketplace. Don't put your service and your goods on an e-marketplace and just leave it. You have to do work to get the sales.
You got to do the marketing to get the sales, right? But behind all of that comes what we've been discussing today, which is kind of like your care, your customer. It's that if and not to sound too technical, but after you've got the sale, people, 90% of your business happens. Well, not 90. I don't know the stat. I'm just throwing out a number
between
there.
70 and 80, and it's actually increased since COVID.
Right. It happens.
How could it increase more than 100%, right?
Yeah. It happens. Your repeat sale, it happens in the after sale. All right. You've got to, the after sale is what we're talking about. Being grateful, showing gratitude, saying thank you to your customers, caring, giving them extra value. All right. And being vulnerable and putting some personality into your brand. That's where you increase. That's where your profits lie. Your profits lie in that process. It doesn't lie in your technology and all of this stuff, right? That's where your profits lie. Yeah.
So yes, we do agree that you do need the technology and the systems and the tools to get it done, because it is online.
Yes.
But if you choose the technology first and then do the strategy, it's going to be a harder climb up that hill to get to the level of sales that's going to make you profitable.
Definitely.
So we want to get you to your profitable margins fast. And when the load and the highway and the traffic, however you want to think about the number of leads that are coming into your e-commerce website, that's when you automate.
Yeah.
All right. So that's a wrap. That's it for this week.
Seeing you the webinar. We will be posting the information about the webinar inside of our group. So if you are not inside of the group, you can go ahead and join. We've been showing that ticker there for you. Also, you'd see it on our social posts. So the webinar, Penny Kelly, who was here a couple of weeks ago, will be rejoining us for us to do that deep dive into how you can really amplify this. Well, take advantage.
But to find the money that's already in your sales line, in sales pipeline, because when you do that, it actually all the work that you do ahead to get the people onto your site becomes profitable very quickly.
Yes. All right. So have a great day, everybody, and we'll see you next week. Bye all.
Bye now.